Quick question. How do you say this time in English? Is it 7:30? Half past 7? 7 and a half? One of these is incorrect. Do you know what the mistake was? In this video, I will show you the two main ways that we talk about time in English, and I will also talk about some very common mistakes that I hear often. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alice, and this is English with Alice B, where you can come to learn English in a clear and simple way without stress. So, how do we talk about time and why is it important? It's important to know how to talk about time for obvious reasons. If you are planning a meeting, if you are planning a social event, if you are being told the time of an appointment or an event, it's important for you to understand exactly when it's happening. So, let's begin and let's talk English. I'd like to begin talking about the mistakes that I often hear. We're going to talk about what you should not say when talking about the time. As I've been teaching for some years now, I've started to notice a common pattern actually with particular speakers. And there's a similar mistake, there's a same mistake that actually keeps coming up. The mistake I made before was 7 and a half. I hear this a lot because in Italian and in Spanish, I know at least this is how you would express this time. In English, no. Anything for half past the hour, we would say as 7:30 or half past 7. Another thing I've heard many times is 8 a.m. in the morning. This is not necessary. You can say 8 a.m. or you can say 8 in the morning. You don't need to say both. AM and in the morning are clear indications that you're talking about a time in the morning. You do not need to say both. It is clear what time of the day you are speaking about. You can pick one or the other. So let's look at how we should talk about the time in English. As I said at the beginning of the video, there are two main ways that we talk about time, and I'm going to start with the most simple format. For example, this time would be 10:15. This time would be 11:30. And this would be 6:30. Of course, you can specify which time of the day you mean. 10:15 in the morning, 11:30 at night. You can, and obviously in some circumstances you do need to be precise. Are you talking about the morning? Are you talking about the afternoon? Or are you talking about the evening? But with every one, you can say the hour and the minutes. 2:10, 4:25, 9:50. This is a good format if you want to be precise as well. If the time is 10:47, you can say exactly that. This is the most common way to talk about the time. This is a very popular way in modern English. It's the way that we speak in everyday conversation. And it's the easiest. It really doesn't need to be more complicated than that. 10:30 in the morning. Right now it's 12:21 in the afternoon. Remember, in English, anything after 12 p.m. is the afternoon. There is a more traditional way, a classic way that you may have heard as well. And this is when we use the words past and to. The minutes after the hour, immediately after the hour, are past. We would have 5 past 12, 10 past 12, 20 past 12, 25 past 12, and then half past 12. These are all the minutes past the hour. After half past, we change to 2, because now we're talking about how many minutes to the next hour. 25 to 1, 20 to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1. Literally, it is 5 minutes towards 1. So past is for anything immediately past the hour up until half past. After half past, we talk about going to the next hour. As I said before, when we talk about half past the hour, you can say it's half past 12, it's 12:30. There's no preference really. No one is stronger than the other. I will say it's more common in British English to say half past and more common in American English to say 12:30, for example, but you will hear both ways being used everywhere, to be honest. They're both really common ways to speak and they're both correct. Now, with 15 minutes, when 15 minutes is involved, we tend to use the word quarter. So, as I said before, we would say 5 past 12, 10 past 12. We wouldn't say 15 past 12. We would be more likely to say quarter past 12, literally a quarter of an hour past 12. Equally, when we're going towards the next hour, we would say quarter to one. We wouldn't say it's 15 to one. So that's the only exception, really, in all of these numbers. We do 5, 10, quarter, 20, 25, half. 5 past, 10 past, quarter past, 20 past, 25 past, half past. And then the same with 2. 25 to, 22, quarter to, 10 to, and then 5 to. As you probably know already, AM and PM are used to talk about the morning and the afternoon. You can use this with any combination of numbers. It's 7 a.m., it's 7 p.m., it's 7:45 a.m., it's 10 p.m. You would use these only when you're saying the exact numbers. It's not very common to hear 8:30 a.m. We would be more likely to hear 8:30 a.m. So AM or PM is more digital, let's say. It's what you would use when you're talking, when you're using the exact numbers, the hour and the minutes. If you prefer to say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, you have more options. You can say it's 6:30 in the morning, it's 6:30 in the morning, it's 8:45 in the evening, it's 8:45 in the evening. If you want to use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, there are less rules about the format that you use when expressing the numbers. And finally, how do we use o'clock? I've heard a lot of my students trying to use this, and the rule is actually very simple. You only use o'clock when you're talking about an exact hour: 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We would not say it's 6:30 o'clock, or it's 6:15 o'clock, or it's 7:30. No, we use o'clock when it's right on the hour. And you use o'clock with the numbers 1 to 12. You wouldn't say 13 or 14 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the morning or it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So these rules are very simple. There's a lot of them, so it does require some practice. But my advice to students is just use the simple format: 10:15 in the morning, 10:30 in the evening, it's 1 p.m., or it's 2 in the afternoon. This is the easiest way. It's really common. It's more common in everyday English, and you're less likely to make mistakes. If you do want to use the 10 past, quarter past, 20 past, quarter to format, that's fine as well. Just remember some exceptions. We say quarter past and we say half past, but every other time we say the number 5, 10, 20, 25, and it's up till half past, and then we start saying 2, 25 to the next hour, 20 to the next hour. So let's do some practice, and I'd like for you to leave your answers below in the comments. How would you say this time? How would you say this time? And finally, how would you say this time? Put your answers in the comments below and I will reply to you, letting you know if you've got them correct. I hope this explanation was clear. If you have any questions, feel free to put things in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe if you find this kind of content useful. I will be adding more videos to this playlist. This is a new playlist which is designed to teach students how to talk about the time. Thanks for studying with me today, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye.